Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman Wargamer. It's an open the box, and this time it's an unboxing of a game series that I've got quite a soft spot for. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it is. Afrika Korps, the Desert War, platoon level combat in World War II, part of the Panzer Grenadier series. So, let's have a look at this. It was only in the desert that the principles of armoured warfare as they were taught in theory before the war could be fully applied and thoroughly developed. It was only in the desert that real tank battles were fought by large-scale formations. Erwin Rommel. So, this series of games, there's tons of them in the series. Now it says the series turns to the theatre most noted for tank battles, North Africa. 50 scenarios cover the tremendous armoured clashes of 1940 and 41. Players take command of platoon-sized units representing German, British, Australian and Italian infantry, tanks and artillery. Afrika Korps is a standalone addition to the Panzer Grenadier system of games. Time 30 minutes to many hours. Scale 200 metres a hex. Units are platoons. Playing pieces 737 2/3 of an inch counters. And unusually for Panzer Grenadier, there are 3 22 by 34 inch maps. And it includes a 16-page rulebook and 50 scenarios. Very solitaire friendly. This particular game was published in 2002. And if you're interested in seeing what this is all about, these early games can be picked up quite reasonably for you to have a go. And I've even done a playthrough on my channel of a scenario from the Eastern Front game. Right, this obviously is second hand and it's partially punched, but otherwise in very good condition. So let's open the box. So as you can see, the person that had it before started to sort them out. Some of them haven't even been sort of separated, but I do like the counters in Panzer Grenadier. We'll have a look at some of those up close in a moment. So let's get this out the way. So those are going to be sorted and clipped. And the first thing you see is the rule book. And this is the 3rd edition, but I recommend you don't use those because they've been updated to the 4th edition rules, and you can get these for free from the Avalanche Press webpage, and these come in at 41 pages. And as I say, I've done unboxings of a few of Panzer Grenadier, one of which is Invasion 1944, which has these new rules, and we have a look through those. So if you want to see what it's all about, check that out. Here are the scenarios, and yes, 50 of them. Let's just move that out the way over there for a bit. There are special rules. And a lot of people have a problem getting into this game because, unlike things like Nations at War, which is another one of my favourites, I love that, this game is more chipping away at the opponent and then sort of assaulting them. And some of the problems with this for videoing is that 36 turns. Because some of these scenarios you need that amount of time to sort of wear down your opponent. 46 turns, so you see what I mean. But I do like it. I do like it. So 50 scenarios. Look at that. You do get your money's worth. counters. So some have been unpunched. These are just admin counters. Smoke, wreck, entrenchment, minefields, and when you've moved or fired. On the back, demoralised, disrupted, dug in, spotted. As I say, I like it. It's quite a clever system. It's not too complex. Here are some German Afrika Korps units, and they are quite nice counters. Thin, but they need to be. There's quite a bit of stacking, I'll tell you now. Anti-tank ditch and the reduced side. We've got some wire here. At least we can see most of the combatants. Here's the Italians. Hope you can see those okay. And as I say, you can pick these up pretty reasonably if you want to have a go. British. Yeah. Leaders, very important in this game. There we are. Gives you an idea of what the counters look like. Unfortunately, this is the turn track. You can see it's a little bit dated. There are some more on BGG, so you can pep up the game. And then the tables. We've got bombardment, direct fire. Very hard to actually get a hit. As I say, you're chipping away all the time. Assault combat chart. And the terrain chart, which, to be honest, could be better. It's black and white. Well, not white, but you know what I mean. Not very clear terrain pictures. But that's a minor thing. And the last thing, you get 3 full-size maps. So we'll have a look at those. Here's the first map, and of course it's the desert. The maps are printed on quite thick stock, unlike most other paper maps. But what is unusual, as I think I mentioned earlier, is that these are full-size maps. Most of the maps in the Panzer Grenadier series are much smaller, geomorphic things like this printed on card. So it's quite nice to see the full-size maps. The earlier maps do unfortunately come in for a bit of stick. A lot of people don't like them, but I don't mind them. This is going to be tank battles, so the map is going to be devoid of details and features. But there we are. That's map 1. Here's the second map. Slightly different. A lot of these scenarios, remember there's 50 of them, use a single map. Some use 2, and some actually use 3. But as you can see, again, lots of desert. And here's map 3. I think these that you've seen on the maps, these different coloured areas, can represent more than one terrain feature. Hills or waddies, salt marshes, that sort of thing. And there are counters, I believe, in the game that you put on the map to designate what that terrain is. So there we are. Them's the maps. So this has been an Open a Box, an unboxing of my partially punched game of Afrika Korps, the Desert War, platoon level combat in World War II, part of the Panzer Grenadier series and published by Avalanche Press. As I say, you can pick these up pretty reasonably, these early games, but I do recommend you get the 4th edition rules because all the games in the series are compatible with the new 4th edition rules. And as you see, you get a lot of scenarios, a lot of counters, a lot of game. If it's of interest, I suggest you look on eBay and on BGG Market and pick yourself up a copy of a Panzer Grenadier game. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, and you haven't done so already, it would be great if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Really does help. Pushing the old thumbs up on the video itself, the bell if you want to be informed of other uploads that the channel does. Leave a comment. This isn't for everyone, this isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I do like it. Let me know what you think. As I always say, a quick thank you to my subscribers. Thank you very much. And one last thing. If you want to support the channel a little bit further, well now you can. You can buy the channel a coffee. Doesn't cost much. And all that coffee goes towards new content for the channel to upload. So if you want to see what that's all about and check it out, I shall leave a link in the description. And thank you. So until next time, as always, you take care and goodbye.